Welcome back to Fun Media, and today I'm gonna show you how to set up for a film or for TV, a TV show or anything, how to edit like a pro. So this is not a tutorial on how to do editing. If that's what you're looking for, go on my channel. I got everything about editing. All right, I got editing with the special effects or transition audio. I got all of this on my channel. Right now it's more like about the setup, because if you want to be a professional, honestly the setup is really important. All right, the preparation will be important, and it's different if it's the movie or for television. All right, before even thinking about doing your import and starting your editing, you have to have all your scene. All right, so look, right now it's only two scene, but I got my scene one. They're all named 1 take 2 take 3, scene 1 take 4, scene 1 take 5, all of it. So this one is pretty short, but just imagine if you have maybe 20 scenes, it's going to be a lot easier. Make sure you have one spare. All right, this is my spare. Okay, 1A, all right, or 1A, 1B. Just make sure you name all of it. And your spare is, just before you want to start editing, make your folder like this. Just make sure in your scene folder you choose the scene that you want and the take that you want for your movie. All the spare, don't throw it to the garbage. Just put it in a spare folder. All right, you never know how it can save your life sometimes, just because of an angle or something you haven't seen. Just make sure you keep all of them. All right, so once your folders are ready, you just create a new bin, set up for film, because this is the tutorial about setting up for film right now, and you just start your import. All right, this one is for Pinnacle Studio, but honestly this method works for any kind of software. All right, so after that, once you're done, you have your bin set up for film. All right, you have all of your scene 1, scene 2, spares, they're all named. You don't have to work on that again. All right, they're all there. So two things right here. There's two way of doing it. If you're doing a movie, you might have a lot of scenes, because normally movies are longer than TV shows. So if that's when you want to do, there's two way to do it. First way is just import scene 1, because in your scene 1 it might be very long. You might have hundreds of takes. All right, so if you want, just import scene 1 and then go to save movie as. Just save movie as scene 1 and edit your full scene 1. After that, close it, just create a new folder and go ahead with your scene 2 and scene 3. Just edit scene by scene. Okay, this is one way to do it professionally. Or if you want, of course, you can go with the same timeline for the entire movie. All right, but what you can do right here, just make sure that you have these little marker. All right, marker, then you double click on it and just make sure to separate all your scene. All right, scene 2. All right, so right now I know that this marker will indicate that my scene 2 will start here. So then after that, I'll go work on my scene 2. Then after that, I'll go work on my scene number 3. Just make sure you have a setup that works for you. All right, just don't go like that and editing your movie and boom all the way to the end. All right, you got to make sure, because it's pretty hard doing it one shot. I mean, you're gonna come back and look if you did any mistake or stuff like that. All right, so of course with the setup, it's not only just about scene and take 1, take 2, take 3. You want to make sure you have the right setup for your parameter. All right, right here. So of course right now, if pretty much all of the time you're going to edit 16:9. all right, so 16:9 standard. 4:3, it's not really standard these days, where it's 2021 right now. So everybody's got a widescreen TV, even if it's television all the cameras are pretty much set for 16:9. All right. Size. All right. So if you're in North America, it's going to be NTSC normally. If you're in Europe, it's going to be PAL. All right. If you want to use the 4K, make sure you had a good camera 4K. All right. And today's is 8K and it's going all the way to 12Ks. So if you want to use these 4Ks or more, just make sure to know what was the camera that was you were working with. And now this one, frame rate, is really important. All right. If you're working for television, let's say we're in North America, okay, we said it's NTSC, use this 29.97, about 30 frames per second. This is the standard for television. All right. If you're working for a movie, the standard is about 24 frames per second. All right. Of course, once again, normally you would film a movie with 24 frames per second. So just make sure you're trying to match your camera that was filmed with. All right. But if you're filming with a movie in North America, the normal, this little like movie film looks, it's going to help if you choose this 24 frame per second. Then you press apply. All right. And it's going to render and then you're done. All right. One more thing. If you want to work like a professional, the setup, like you see here, there's tons of tools. All right. Make sure you know all of the tools, and the tools are right here. See, they're all selected. All right. So when I say if you want to work like a professional, if you want to get hired somewhere, maybe, they want to know, you got to look like you know your thing. So make sure you know all of your tools. Okay. All right. There's more tutorial about that. I'm not gonna go to all of them, but just make sure you know all of your tools. All right. So now that you know about your tools, you know about the setup. All right. Scene 1, scene 2, you know about the marker. Now it's about the timeline. The timeline is always the thing that you're working with. All right. So you know how to do editing. Just make sure that your tracks, which are a major part of your timeline, it's going to be all renamed. All right. So like maybe this one will be main movie. This is your main movie. All right. And this one might be your second movie. And when I say second movie, let's say I want a little something here. If you're a good editor, you always know one thing. The one that is above, it's gonna be the one that will appear right here. See, that's change. All right. So of course you can have more track. Don't go like this. It's just gonna say like track 5, track 6. Just works with a lot of track. With Pinnacle Studio, you can have hundreds of tracks. So you might get lost, but just make sure you don't work on only 2 tracks. All right. The tracks below your main movie normally are gonna be some audio, maybe audio right here, sound effect, music. Just make sure you don't put all the audio on the same track. Don't mix if this one is music, this one is your music. If this one is sound effect, it's your sound effect. Same thing above. If this one is second movie, is like this one might be green screen. Okay, only green screen. This one might be titles, only titles. Just make sure you have more tracks and you do exactly what's written in here. All right. Because even if you go far away and you're right here, the names of the tracks are staying there. It's not moving. See? All right. So yeah, that's it. And just make sure something else. Make sure every 5 minutes, and this is more important than you think, Control S, or just make sure you save movie. First time, of course, go save movie as. Now that you've named your movie, all right, every 5 minutes, just go file, save movie, file, save movie. It might save your ass sometimes, and it's just really, really true. Even if you got the best computer ever, if your computer crash or the software crash, you're going to be really, really happy with that. And the last thing is, I'm just coming back to the beginning, all right? The complete beginning. Like when I show you that I've been preparing all of my scenes. Okay, disque dur, this is French, so in English, it's external, all right? Just make sure you have backup. You know, every movie or television show or documentary I'm doing, I'm putting all of my stuff in an external disk, all right, with a lot of room. This is so important to have a backup, all right? I save it in my computer, I save it in my external disk. When I'm completely done, my export will be done in 2 external disks. This is really, really important. One you will keep at home, and the other one that you're gonna bring to your producer. All right. So this is pretty much all the setup from A to Z. Now you're ready to do your movie, and after that, if there's something you don't know, just go and just like the channel, subscribe to the channel. There's more video about all the tools, all those little things, the FX, transition. You know, if you want to edit like a professional, make sure you're not looking what you're looking for. Make sure you know all of the tools. Make sure you're ready, and it's gonna be faster editing. Your producer is gonna save movie. He's gonna be happy. If he's happy, you're happy. So please like the video, and I'll be talking to you next time. See ya, guys.